crowd. Okay. I think we'll get going if everybody's all set. So it looks like everyone's here. So good evening and welcome to the October Village Board meeting. And would you please all, you can mute your mics if you would and say the Pledge of Allegiance along with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm going to move down to staff reports on the top of our agenda this evening. I'll just mention, because they're not here this evening, that we received a Altamont Fire Department report, and we don't have anything from the police department tonight, and I don't have Public Works tonight. I think I can mention that for Public Works, you've seen some work going on. The drainage project on Lark has recently been completed, and they did the whole corner section of the sidewalk there. Some parts that weren't even a sidewalk yet, which is great, because that'll be where we lead off next spring with sidewalks on that road. I believe I have to get an answer on this, and I don't have the exact date, but leaf pickup, the loose leaf vacuuming pickup generally begins after Columbus Day weekend. So I'll get that out to folks as soon as I talk to Jeff about that date. I thought I might have something tonight, but I didn't get a chance to speak with him. So for my report, I don't have so much of a report as basically just a short discussion, because a couple people this evening brought it up, and there's been talk in the community about Halloween, and we don't meet again till after Halloween. We generally don't approve anything. We don't give permission for it to happen, etc. You know, as far as letting the roads be used or the parks or things like that. But I think there's some concern about safety measures in place. I think for those that want to participate, I think there are some things that I have read that might be good ideas. I know there are families doing Halloween parties with their family only at their house and doing things like Halloween baskets for their kids, hiding those, etc. Some folks where I go to school are decorating their houses and having like a contest about that, so people can drive around and see the houses that are, you know, dressed up for Halloween. One idea that I thought was a pretty good one, I can't remember who shared it with me, but it was, if you are going to participate and hand out candy, perhaps, you know, so there's less people putting hands in anything, putting something out on a table, perhaps choosing the same exact kind of candy, because then kids won't say, oh, I want that, and touch 10 different pieces. Maybe just one, whatever you choose. If it's the Snickers bar, like everything's Snickers bar, so they all get the same thing. I'm not sure if any of you have thoughts on that on the board. I thought, you know, masks are a must, and not just Halloween masks, but they should, you know, people should really think about keeping that mask on while they're trick-or-treating.
Hey, Carrie, I'll jump in. I had been talking to the fire department about what they wanted to do in the park.
Yep.
I just checked in with them again. They're actually meeting at this moment. And so once I know more, I'll let them know. But the conversations we had were, whatever they think they want to do, they need to make sure that it's not going to create crowds.
Right.
And they were leaning towards, well, then maybe we just shouldn't do anything, which is fine too. But my point was, I think there are ways that they could figure out how to hand out candy without making crowds. So they're going to work on that. Like I mentioned before, we might want to put up some signs around their event and maybe around the village, depending what they come up with. But
yeah, I think that's good. I think you and I talked at one point about signs, and talking to Jeff about getting signs in that we can put up for the event, you know, for the evening, and, you know, working with the police on that as well. We always have more than, you know, one person on for the night to help keep people safe. So that would, you know, we can do that. I don't know if anybody else has anything they were thinking.
Well, I guess my question is, do we take some liability on if we start to do signs from the village as far as what people should be doing? And then
not those kind of signs, I don't think, Dean. More like the COVID safety signs, like, you know, masks, you know, keep all your masks on if you can, you know, not like directives, but
generic,
more, you know, social
COVID
distancing.
signs.
Yeah, social distancing signs, just reminders. That's all
like the face mask, 6 feet apart. Yeah.
Like what we've done at Village Hall and back in, you know, the back room for court and things like that. Just having reminders.
My thought is kind of like what you see in the highway, where they keep just saying COVID is still a risk. And it's just kind of that reiterating that even though we're October now and we're outside, like it doesn't mean all the rules are gone. So that's what I think the point would be, is to reiterate those things.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Is everybody okay with that?
I mean, if people want to participate and they just traditionally you have your light on and that'll be the house to go to. If somebody doesn't want to participate, don't have your light on.
Yeah, probably turn
I
the
mean, that's a
lights
good
on.
idea, having one type of candy so kids aren't like kind of, oh, I don't want this one, I want this one. And that's a good idea.
Yeah,
I
kids-
think one community was doing like purple pumpkins or something. That's one
Yeah.
of my colleagues said. I don't know. I mean,
That's
the
hard
light
to-
on seems justifiable.
Yeah. I think there are safe measures to do it for those that want to participate. And then there were some good ideas for families that were unsure about going house to house. They had some their own, family events planned, so dressing up and such.
I think we're gonna do like a spooky basket, and we're gonna do like a candy hunt, kind of like for Easter.
Oh, okay,
And
yeah.
we'll
Fun.
see if we'll see how we haven't decided yet if we're gonna go.
Yeah. Well, that was my,
Just
go ahead, Dean.
just curiosity, because obviously we usually get a lot of kids. Probably will be less this year, but
Yeah.
I mean, is it another option that's acceptable? Again, I haven't read anything about this. If gloved and masked, that the individual house gives out pieces of candy, because even with the same candy, you have a lot of hands in a basket, as opposed to one person giving out the candy.
So one of the solutions that I was trying to talk to with the fire department, actually just talking to my neighbors about this afternoon, was put a table maybe out at
Yeah,
the end of your
table.
driveway.
Yeah.
Put the candy on the table so you're not digging your hands in something. And then whoever's, they're handing it out can step away from the table so you're not right on top of the children. You're not in their face within their 6-foot zone. And when there's no children there, you can replenish it, kind of thing. That's
You
what I
can
was
get like a
thinking.
little hand sanitizer on the side on the table.
Yeah, you can go
Right?
crazy, but it's just the idea
Yeah.
of like the conventional open the door and be like 2 feet away from a bunch of children is probably not the way to do it. So if you can put it outside, either in a bowl, and I understand what you're saying, Dean, a bowl is probably not ideal, but you put it on a table and you replenish the table over time or something like that, where again, you're not within 2 feet of these children is I think
I
ideal.
chuckle because that's my daytime job. I am within 2 feet.
Unless you're a teacher, don't go within 2 feet of kids.
Yeah, fortunately we do. Okay, so we'll,
We can do.
we'll try to get some reminder signs up,
Yep.
and I'll talk to the police department and chief just about our discussion. You can talk to the fire department, Nick, if you would, about our discussion and maybe whatever they come up with.
Yeah,
and
we'll
again, I
send
think
something out.
oh, go ahead, sorry.
Oh, I thought it was mute. Yeah, we'll send something out once we figure out whether or not they're going to do anything. Either they will do it and there's going to be some adjustments, or they're not doing it. So don't hang out in the park looking for them.
Sounds good. Okay, I'm gonna move down to the public, oh, sorry, I take that back, to the treasurer report. We've had a chance to go into the office and look at the vouchers. Can I have a motion to accept the abstract for this month?
So moved.
John is first and second,
I'll second it.
Michelle, and roll call, please.
Trustee Whalen,
In favor?
Trustee Ganance,
In favor.
Trustee Farronkov,
In favor.
Trustee Scally,
In favor.
Mayor Janine.
In favor. I'll move now to the public comment portion of this evening. If there's anybody in the public that wants to share something with the board, this is your opportunity. You can wave at us or raise your hand or something. Or if you're on the phone, you can just speak. Mr. Litton, do you have something?
No, I'm just
He's testing.
waving.
He's testing. That's good. And I caught it that time. That's great. All right, don't see any motion, so I'm going to move on to the agenda for this evening. I'm sorry, I'm holding mine up because it's my lighting is poor here. Consider approval of the Village of Altamont Rules of Procedure for Village Board Meetings. So let me just give you a brief summary. We talked about this last month. We had worked on it for some time. The Rules for Procedure is a document that has existed for many, many years. And it's just one of those things that you look at and review when an issue or not an issue, something comes up that makes you look up the answer and see that maybe we should just look and review everything. And this is a document that goes to all three boards. It goes to the planning board, the zoning board, and the village board, with the only differences being some semantics on how certain agenda items are set or how, when people meet, because we meet on different days. There's a few little differences. A lot of the things in the procedure document come from the NICOM manual itself. And those are things that have been in there, and those are things we didn't really change, just a few things. It was only a couple changes in there. And now we've discussed this before, and I don't think we've had any changes. So does anybody have a motion to adopt or approve?
I'll make the motion.
All right, Nick is first. Dean, will you be second? Or
Yeah,
you-
I've spent time with all three of them as you have, so.
Yes. Yeah, and I should mention that, will you also second, Dean, before we?
I did second.
Oh, you did, sorry. Okay, so Nick and then Dean. So I should mention that I know they're both here tonight. Deb Hext and Danny Ramirez from the Planning and Zoning Board, they both reviewed this document as well. Both boards reviewed it. We had some amendments go back and forth, and they had a joint meeting about a week ago, I think it was. And they adopted it separate, separate votes, but together that evening. So theirs was adopted prior to ours. So can I have a roll call, please?
Trustee Whalen,
In favor?
trustee Ganance,
In favor.
trustee Farronkov,
In favor.
trustee Scally,
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. I'll move on to item 2. Resolution to affirm Mayor Denine's appointment of Laura Murphy to Zoning Board of Appeals member position was previously held by Danny Ramirez and has a 5-year term, which expires March 2024. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
So moved. Oh,
All right, I'm gonna go Nick, and then John, will you be second?
Sure.
Okay. And roll call, please.
Trustee Whalen,
In favor?
trustee Ganance,
In favor.
trustee Farronkov,
In favor.
trustee Scally,
in favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. I'll mention that Laura has been serving the past few months on the board. And so she was in the alternate position, and the person that was interested, we were waiting on for this position, had to turn it down recently. So I asked Laura if she'd be willing to move up, and she was, and I thought that was great. So we thank her for doing that. Item 3 is resolution to affirm Mayor Denine's appointment of Gary Goss to the Zoning Board of Appeals alternate member. This position was previously held by Laura Murphy and has a 5-year term which expires in March 2023. Gary is a resident who lives on Indian Maiden. And this was a great fit as well, just as he has building and zoning, he's certified building and zoning inspector as well. So he definitely will help all the boards, I think. Could I have a motion for that appointment?
I'll make that motion.
Dean is first, and second would be
Second it.
John. And roll call, please.
Trustee Whalen,
In favor?
trustee Ganance,
In favor.
trustee Farronkov,
In favor.
trustee Scally,
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 4 is resolution to affirm Mayor Denine's appointment of Simon Litton to Planning Board alternate member. Position was previously held by Dan Hitt and has a 5-year term which expires March 2023. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
All right, that one, Dean, he got you on. So John, and Dean, can you be second? Okay. And
Wait,
roll
who's-
call. Oh, go ahead. Roll call, please.
Who's first?
John, he beat Dean. So John.
Okay,
And Dean is second.
okay, thank
I'm
you.
fighting over Mr. Litton. So just 'cause he's
Okay. Trustee Whalen,
Well, I'm not gonna vote now. In favor?
trustee Ganance,
In favor.
trustee Farronkov,
In favor.
trustee Scally,
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. And I think, Mr. Litton, we thank you for doing this so much. You're going to be a huge benefit. Your knowledge is going to be a great benefit to the board. You've worked in environmental, I would say sciences is pretty much most of your
Yeah,
life.
yeah. I was a chemist. I
Okay.
still am, in fact.
Oh, even
Yeah.
better. You and John can talk. There you go.
Microbiology.
Yeah, there you go. But thank you so much for stepping up. And if you can, sometime starting tomorrow on, if you could stop down at the office, and Patty will have some paperwork for you to sign, and then she'll get you started.
Okay, thank you very, very much. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Appreciate it.
If I can jump in here, Carrie, Simon, this is Deb Hext. I
Oh,
just
yeah,
wanna
sorry.
I really look forward to working with you. You're awesome addition to our board, so thank
Oh,
you.
I'm honored.
And I gotta say, I sent Deb and Danny both an email and said, your boards are full now. There you go. You got them all set. And we will have some, our yearly training will be coming up in a few months for both boards. So that's our in-house training. So that'll be great with all the new folks.
Great.
Nice to have you. I'm gonna move on to item 5. Consider authorizing Mayor Denine to sign RBC Wealth Management letter authorizing RBC Wealth Management to issue a lump sum payment of $9,374.54 to Arthur Button, Altamont Fire Department member. Mr. Button is withdrawing the amount accumulated in the fund and there is no village impact. Could I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Dean, and second,
I'll second it.
Michelle, and roll call, please.
Trustee Whalen,
In favor?
Trustee Ganance,
In favor.
Trustee Farronkov,
In favor?
Trustee Scally,
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. I'll move to item 6. Consider resignation of Sean Ralston, part-time police officer, effective September 2nd, 2020. I will just mention that this is regrettably, I will accept this resignation. Sean has been working with our police force for a few years now, has been an outstanding member. I have to wish him luck that he got a full-time position in the town of Guilderland, which prohibits him from working for us any longer. Their gain, our loss, but we wish him well. So can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Moved.
Nick was first, and John, will you be second?
Sure.
All right, thank you. And roll call, please.
Trustee Whalen,
In favor?
Trustee Ganance,
In favor.
Trustee Farronkov,
In favor?
Trustee Scally,
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Item 7 is consider approval of board minutes for September 1st, 2020. Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Dean is first and second.
I'll
John.
second.
Keisha. And roll call, please.
Trustee Whalen,
In favor?
Trustee Ganance,
In favor.
Trustee Farronkov,
In favor?
Trustee Scally,
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. Before I go to item 8, does anybody have anything else on the board that you want to discuss or bring up quick? No? Okay, I don't see any movement. So 8 is consider a motion to adjourn. Could I have a motion for that, please?
So moved.
Okay, Michelle and Dean, will you be second since I saw your hand?
Okay, again.
Sorry about that. Dean is second and roll call, please.
Trustee Whalen,
In favor?
Trustee Ganance,
In favor.
Trustee Farronkov,
In favor?
There we go.
Trustee Scally,
In favor.
Mayor Denine.
In favor. I hope you all have a great night and month. Allison, I forgot to even say hi to you. Our counsel, Allison Phillips, is here. So it's nice to see you.
Always.
We did talk on the phone today, so maybe that's why I forgot to say anything. All right, have a great night, everybody. And thank you, Mr. Litton.
Oh, thank you.
Have a great night. Bye.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Night now.
Night.